Welcome to Blooms in the Yard. I'm Kate, and today I'm going to show you a plant haul that I just had and do a couple of little projects. I just got back from a super successful trip to a local box store. Everything was 50% off, but nothing was marked 50% off, which means that like nobody else knows yet. So there was still a lot of really good stuff. And I'm going to show you what I got. I ended up buying 4 things. I got an amazing deal on a Japanese maple, so I'll show you that. One of the things I got is this Vinca. There are 3 plants in here. This looks really good. This planter here I have been struggling with. I'm going to work on this pot first, and then I have another little project, and I'll show you my Japanese maple that I got. This was marked, it was originally $6, so I got it for $3, and then there's 3 plants in here. So I'm just gonna dot those into this planter, and hopefully it's gonna start to look a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and take this coleus out. It's obviously not good for the sun, not a sun coleus. I am determined to get this planter looking decent. I think one of the problems is the soil. Looks wet on top, dry on the bottom. I have not been happy with this soil. I think this is the one from the Amish greenhouse. So I had already decided that I wasn't buying that again, but this confirms that. I just don't like this soil. Check out this angle of the garden. Isn't that great? Ignore the car if you can. I just don't have time to be moving cars all the time. But loving this. Okay. So let's come look over here. I've decided the soil is the problem. So frustrated about that. If everything in here continues to suffer, I'm actually going to take all the plants out, get the soil that I know I like, and start over. But hopefully this Vinca will do a little bit better. If the Vinca would just fill in, then we'd be fine. I did just cut down that Angelonia. So here are the other 3 plants that I got at the box store today. This is a Tamukeyama Japanese maple. It's about, well, from the soil level, probably a little over 3 feet tall. It says 11 feet tall and 15 feet wide. It's never gonna get that size. So it was $75 originally, and I got it for 50% off. So I spent $37.50 on this guy, and this was definitely the best looking one. Some of them had more damaged branches or just like not a great habit. So I was excited to get this one. And $37 for this size of Tamukeyama Japanese maple is amazing. It might just end up right where it is now when this red bud is gone. I don't know what I'm gonna do in this area after the storm drain project. So I kind of got it and I was like, do I have any idea where I want to put that? And I got it anyway. I think it's a great looking plant. So then I'm a sucker for boxwoods, and I've discovered that Green Mountain is my favorite because they're more easily shaped into like an upright cone shape than some others. And this spring when we had 90 degrees and then we had 13 degrees. And so the 90 degrees woke everything up, and then the 13 degrees damaged everything. And the Green Mountain Boxwoods didn't get damaged nearly as bad as like the winter gem or winter green. I'm not sure which kind I have, but these are like less glossy leaves. Anyway, I'm a fan of those because I think that they do a little better and I like the habit. And so it was originally $11. So I got it for $5.50. And I know I like boxwoods. I know I want to have some evergreens in this east side yard when I redo it after the storm drain project. So this is the second boxwood that I have picked up for this project. The other one is larger and I got it for like 20 bucks from Costco. So I'm just kind of picking up things that are a good deal. And then the last thing is this ivy. So it was originally $3, so I got it for $1.50. And I've been wanting to try to do like a ring, a wire and do a ring. So I thought this one looks like it's in really good shape and it's already starting to branch out 2 ways. So I just decided now is the time to start that project. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, is see if I can find some wire to do this little ivy ring. Look at the stunning color on this. It's amazing. This is the Grandpa Ott's Morning Glory that I grew from seed this year. This is a crepe myrtle that I grew from seed, which is kind of fun. And I put it in this big pot because basically I couldn't find anything smaller. I was too lazy to go down to the basement and get a little tiny nursery pot. But now I want to use this terracotta for my ivy project. So I'm basically just going to switch them out, put this little crepe myrtle into this nursery pot, and then put the ivy in the terracotta. And then I need to find some sort of wire situation. I know I just put this in here, so I can just kind of, I know it's not very rooted in yet. Should be wearing gloves because my fingernails are going to be all gross now. Get rid of this guy. Okay, so there's my crepe myrtle. Now, just got to get this ivy in here. Well, that was pretty simple. Probably want it to be fairly centered. Now I just have to find a way to make this into a little circle. It's going to be so sweet. I have 2 options for wire. These are flags from my yard. Just taking the last little bit of plastic off of this one, maybe. So I have the wire from the flags they keep putting in my yard, and then I have some bonsai wire for shaping a bonsai, which I've never really done successfully. So it would be good to use this wire for something. I think that I'm going to have a hard time getting this bonsai wire to be really round, but I'm afraid that this is going to be too small. I wonder what would be the best way for me to, I just stick it in there like that and be done. But that's not going to be big enough because when it fills in, it's going to be too small. I just don't like the way that this doesn't shape smoothly. It's always kind of bumpy looking. Let's see. That's sweet, but as soon as it gets bigger, you're not going to see the opening in the middle. Maybe if I just go like that and just really work to shape it well. I don't know if you can even see that wire. Yeah, I definitely think I like the moss. I'm going to say not bad for only $1.50 that I paid. I already had the moss and the wire and the terracotta pot. So the only thing that this cost me was the price of the ivy. And I can't wait to see it grow and fill in this circle. So I bought that ivy for really cheap the other day, and I had to go back and get a few more because when I brought it home, I was like looking around the yard and I was like, it would look nice in so many different places. I found this in the basement and thought this ivy would look really cute. Okay, so I just got a slightly larger pot. This container does not have a drainage hole, so I am going to keep the ivy in a plastic pot, but I do want to give it a little more space. I tried to overwinter this ivy outside. The label does say that it's hardy down to -10 or -20, but it did not successfully overwinter for me, and I think I've tried that twice. So just FYI, if I want to try to save these, I'm bringing them in the house this year. Just as I was filming today, the storm drain people arrived to do the work on my yard. It's gonna be interesting to see this happen now, but I finished this beautiful ivy container. I just have to find a place to put it. I just brought it up here to kind of get it out of the way of something else, and as soon as I put it there, I was like, I actually really like that there. This wall has been just bare. We just have this bench, and that planter box is supposed to go under that window if I ever get it done. So this is really a bare spot with this bench, and as soon as I put this Japanese maple here, I was like, I really like that. You know, maybe it will go in the corner, I'm not sure, but it's gonna go here now, at least for this summer. We'll see what I do with it over the winter. And it looks really good. It's a Tamukeyama Japanese maple. I did just trim it up, so took off dead branches, this type of stuff, and anything that was crossing. Tamukeyama Japanese maple. Now the size, 15 feet high by 15 feet wide. I don't think I will witness that in my landscape at all. I'm not worried about that. So then I needed to get a pot to put it in. Look at this. Do you see this steam? We had a big storm last night. Everything's really wet, and as the sun is hitting the deck, it's that steamy and humid. Okay, so let's go see a planter that I have available. Well, not really available. So here I have this nice big terracotta pot. I'm not loving what's happening. I have 3-ball basil in here. Here's kind of what it looks like from above. This is mint. So I'm confident that I can cut the 3-ball basil down, stick them in the potager to protect the dirt as like a, not as the ground cover, but as a low growing thing, just to stop the dirt from getting all dried out. So I'm going to move the ball basil. I don't know what I'm going to do with the mint. I'm going to dig it up and see how big the root ball is and see if I can find a pot. I might just have to put it in a nursery pot because most of my containers are occupied right now. I will probably cut these down. We'll see. We'll see how bad they look. But if they look kind of awkward, I'll cut them and let them regrow. And let's see how big this mint is. Oh my. It's already filling out that container pretty well. So put this in here. Wow, that mint, I guess, was already taking up this whole container. We'll see how this goes. All right, it's time to pot up this Tamukeyama Japanese maple. I got some potting mix, and I think it's gonna look a lot better not in the nursery pot, which doesn't even fit in the terracotta pot. Let's take a look and see how this looks. Interesting. The bottom of this pot is more narrow than the nursery container, so it needs to be built up a little bit at least to accommodate for that. I think that looks pretty good. This is potting mix. I'm just using regular potting mix. Sure isn't centered, is it? Oh well. I'm not gonna change it now. Maybe if I turn it, it will look like I meant to put it in the back.